fall over.
Check. Check.
I just got a plane through here for now.
Check. Okay, I think my voice okay. A little bit more. Check. A little more in the monitor would be good.
Good.
Good. I can hear myself. I can hear myself talk. I can hear my guitar. I usually leave that to you, Harry. It is a fine capo, I will say that. It is really excellent. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but it's really.
Where can you get those?
Well, you can get those on the ColoradoCapo.com website, actually. Harry, glad you asked. Am I in the house?
You're in the house.
All right, thank you. Hi, I'm John Jaggers. Appreciate you being here. So yeah, a few songs. This is one that I'll just play it and let you figure out what it's about, but it's all a true story. Drinking my morning coffee, scanning through the news, checking out Dear Abby for advice that I can't use. But it never seems to fail that the obits catch my eye. I read enough to tell me when each one died and from why. Don't know one and I wonder why I care. Must be reassurance buried somewhere deep in there. If they did something stupid or reached a ripe old age, then I know I'll be okay. As cynics back in high school, my friends and I would try to count the ways the obits said that each poor soul had died. Well, some just died, some passed away, some entered into rest. But the ones that flew into the arms of Jesus were the best. That's when it dawned on me that no one went to hell, as if the folks that wrote those things had any way to tell. That means that heaven must be crowded anyway, so I know either way I'll be okay. I read the obits, that's right, the obits. The news is more depressing, strange as that may seem. Tales of the departed with their wild hyperbole. But that's the place I go to find security. Oh. I think as I get older, assuming I'm still here, I'll still use the obits to calm those creeping fears. But then I'll read them slower, so I can do the math, to know which ones were older or younger when they passed. As long as more are older, my mind will be at rest. Soon as more are younger, that will put me to the test. Every ounce of my denial I'll have to tap each day, just to know I'll be okay. I read the obits, that's right, the obits. News is more depressing, strange that may seem. Tales of the departed with their wild hyperbole. But that's the place I go to find security. Oh, I read the obits, That's right, the obits. When I want something real, I don't bother with TV. Behind the ads for hearing aids and plastic surgery, well, that's the place I go to find reality. Oh, 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 in the obits. All true. So I want to play a little different song that I have on my list here because this is, I'm just, obviously the tragedy in Allen a couple of weeks ago was really sad. And this is a song I wrote about a different tragedy that happened probably mid-2016, 17, something like that in Farmers Branch. And I was on my way to a DSA open mic and drove by, it was a rainy night, and I drove by this vigil that was going on, and this is a song that came out of it. I can see the dark-stained pavement. Rain pounds down, it don't wash clean. Crowd of people just staring. Feels like they're looking right at me. So I just keep on driving. Wipers rhythm the only sound. I notice all those faces, candles, somehow still burning there on the ground. I'd read the story in the paper early that week. Facts, names, and places didn't mean that much to me. But seeing all those faces, feel my eyes kind of burn. So I turn on some distraction. The music starts to play, but my mind just churns. And I know it must feel pointless, that vigil in the rain. It's not like those candles will bring him back again. We all know the story, a boy killed by some hothead with a gun. So they're out there on this corner and bleed on everyone. I reached my destination. After work meetup well underway. They're all laughing and talking. Me ain't got much to say. So I stare out the window. No reason to pretend. My mind keeps wandering back there to those hung faces in the wind. Paper said he was doing something foolish. I'd done as much in my youth. So I told myself there but for fortune. But I'm not sure those words hold much truth. And I know it must feel pointless, that vigil in the rain. It's not like those candles will bring him back again. And all those broken faces, they're rooted in my brain. So to that kid, his story, that vigil in the rain. That vigil in the rain. Thank you. This is a little bit lighter than that. This is a song I co-wrote with a guy, Kevin Beatles, in Northern California. Let's say it's about relationships. Maybe that's a good way to describe it. If I asked her, hey girl, have you lost weight? Bet she'll roll her eyes and act surprised, but I bet she'd still feel great. If I tell her, hey, let's stay in tonight, I'll fix your favorite meal, it'll make you feel like everything's alright. She'll cut me off and without hesitation say, so you forgot to make the reservation. She can read me like a book, lets me know with just one look. She ain't buying what I'm selling. And I know her well enough to know she'll always call my bluff. Some lies ain't worth telling. It's 2 a.m., got the munchies bad. She's asleep in bed, so I decide to head downstairs for a snack. Fridge door open, reaching for that chocolate cake, when I heard a sound make me turn around, catch a big smile on her face. Hey babe, where's that vegan kale from California? She says, grab a chair, I'll fix a big bowl for you. She can read me like a book, lets me know with just one look. She ain't buying what I'm selling. And I know her well enough to know she'll always call my bluff. Some lies ain't worth telling. If I come home and I've got trouble on my mind, she'll glance at me, and if I say I'm feeling fine, she'll look me in the eye and say I've got some time. 'Cause she can read me like a book, lets me know with just one look. She ain't buying what I'm selling. And I know her well enough to know she'll always call my bluff. If I said I'd have it any other way, well, some lies ain't worth telling. Well, some lies ain't worth telling. Thank you. Well, so this next song is also a true story. Fortunately, it's not about me, but it's happened in Kentucky in 2013, something like that. Interesting story. I read in the paper and wrote this song. I am a simple man, ain't got much to say. Wife was with me 40 years, almost to the day. Those final years and tears answered finally one. She said it's time to cross the line now, go and get your gun. And I went and got my gun. Some trains are bound for heaven, some trains are bound for hell. Which train I'll be riding on, only God can tell. Well, the sheriff said, don't go back in, leave her where she lies. Through my tears I begged him, please, I have to say goodbye. But he said, no, it's time to go, I'm taking you to jail. Those crying eyes and made-up lies won't throw me off your trail. I see right through that veil. Some trains are bound for heaven, some trains are bound for hell. Which train I'll be riding on, only God can tell. Given a life without parole by a jury of my peers. Her pleading face haunts me now as days fade into years. They had to know I loved her so, stayed right by her side. Just can't see how I could be that monster they describe. Stayed right by her side. Some trains are bound for heaven, some trains are bound for hell. Which train I'll be riding on, only God can tell. Which train I'll be riding on, only God can tell. Thank you. So this next song, we go in the summer to a place, and there's a chapel nearby, and every summer there's a group of Buddhist monks that come to the chapel. And they're there for about a week, and they spend most of the week creating these beautiful pieces of art called sand mandalas, and they're really amazing. And then at the end of the week, they go out to the river and they take the sand that they made these mandalas out of and put it back in the river, sort of. It's a Buddhist thing about impermanence. And this is a song called Sand Mandala. Monk stands calmly by the flowing river's edge. Sand slips through his fingers, catches gently in the wind. A beautiful sand mandala, so intricate and full of color. A week of loving labor quietly meets its end. Art, now just sand. And sometimes I wonder, is it all worth the pain? Everything torn asunder in its day. But I never say never. I'm not one to complain. nothing lasts forever anyway. For years, most every evening, we sat around that table, family time together, sharing stories from our day. But tonight feels so different as we sit down to our supper. A place now is empty, just fond memories remain. A child on their own. And sometimes I wonder, is it all worth the pain? Everything torn asunder in its day. But I never say never. I'm not one to complain, and nothing lasts forever anyway. The monk stands calmly by the flowing river's edge. The sand slips through his fingers and catches gently in the wind. Thank you. Thank you. So I have one more, I think. I have time for one more, yes? Oh yeah, one. How many? That's what I thought. Yeah, one more. Okay, got it. So, the title song off my CD over there. I'll tell you it's about high school reunions, but it's really about being who you really are and thinking about that purposely. So, it's called Worth the Wait. Packing my bag for my high school reunion, picnic and softball with the people we all became. And I'm staring at a drawer full of armor most folks call t-shirts, each with a version of the truth I might feel a need to claim. 'Cause it's been 40 years and I know they'll all be wondering if I'm that same nerdy guy that never had a date, the one picked last no matter what the game was. So I need a way to show them that I was worth the wait. Porsche Racing School. Now that's what I'm thinking. 'Cause nothing says success like a big old howling hunk of steel. My wife rolls her eyes and says they'll just think compensating. Old man, young toys, when you see them, well, it's just how you would feel. Well, how about a band? The Ramones or AC/DC? Guess that just says I'm old in my ears. I'm probably blown. Well, maybe something newer, the Decemberists or Imagine Dragons. Yeah, right, they'll know they're from my grandkids, just on weekend loan. Still, it's been 40 years, and I know they'll all be wondering if I'm that same nerdy guy that never had a date. The one picked last, no matter what the game was. Still need a way to show them that I was worth the wait. Am I worth thinking? Do I really care? They'll be more focused on what they brought to wear. So maybe it's better, yeah, I'll just go incognito. Leave the stuff at home that has some action to advocate. Just wear clothes with no brand for their consumption. Just be me with no conventions or presumptions. And defy their old assumptions. So it's been 40 years, and maybe they'll be wondering if I'm that same nerdy guy that never had a date. The one picked last, no matter what the game was. But I don't need to show them that I was worth the wait. No, I don't need to prove that I was worth the wait. Thank you all so much for listening. I really appreciate it. John Jaggers. And I think we've got one of our finalists showing up here in a second from the songwriting contest, right?
What's that capo on your
Oh, this
card?
capo, yes. This wonderful Colorado capo is an extraordinary device right here. I'm going to bring my Van of White hand modeling here. ColoradoCapo.com. Thank you. Thank you again.